disrespect is considered uququl walidain, disobedience to one's parents. And let me tell you what uququl walidain falls under. The Prophet says, أَلَا أُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِأَكْبَرِ الْكَبَائِرِ. Should I not tell you what is the most severest of sins, from the most major of sins? The Prophet says, the Sahaba then say, Bala ya Rasulullah, tell us so that we may desist, tell us that so we may stay clear from such major sins. The Prophet then says, Al-Ishraku billah, to ascribe partners to Allah is from the major sins, which of course takes a person out of the fold of Islam. A person who dies with shirk dies upon this belief, of course, and a person will be in Jahannam for eternity. Immediately after this, the Prophet says, Uququl walidain, disobedience to one's parents. What are the consequences of disobedience? The Prophet says there are two sins that will bring about punishment in this world, in this life, before the punishment of the next. What are those sins? Rebellion and disobedience to one's parents. Based upon that hadith, and based upon these ayat that we've mentioned before you, we understand that individual who is disobedient, disrespectful, abusive to his parents, he is cursed. That person that is disobedient and disrespectful to his parents, he will find difficulties in his life. He or she will find moments of distress. He will find difficulties. He will find punishment. He will find that he will not be successful in this dunya nor in the next. Why? Because they are those very individuals that raised him, nurtured him, weaned him, suckled him. That very same father, he found out that his wife is bearing the child in the womb within the first month or two. That father is now making changes. That father is now looking to pick up another job. That father is now looking to put more bread on the table because his son is within the womb of his mother. That son grows up and has the audacity to lift his nose against his father. Let me tell you, dear brothers and elders, the Prophet says, أَنْتَ وَمَالُكَ لِأَبِيكَ. You and your wealth belong to your father. In what sense? It is permissible for your father to take from your wealth. Does not mean he has ownership of it. It is permissible for him to use your wealth and he cannot be reprimanded for it. You belong to your father. Your wealth belongs to your father. Yet we find that there's a hole split within households. Father becomes too old, mother becomes too old, and they put them in their care homes. Dear brothers and elders, that means to Jannah, Sahaba. There are many reports, and one report I mentioned to you. And in the Sahabi is seen crying and crying. And the mourning period has passed and he's crying and crying. Why is it that you're still crying? He turns to the individual that asked him and said, should I not be crying when my door and my avenue to Jannah has left me? We understand, dear brothers and elders, that many of our youth, many of our young ones today, we may not realize. But if we do want to realize, then speak to those individuals, those from our elders, those that have lost their parents. Ask them, what will you do to have a moment, even a moment, to go back in time and kiss your mother upon her forehead? Ask them what they do just to get that moment. And then maybe you'll appreciate what it means to have your mother and father alive. And those of us, and those of you that do not have your parents, from your birr, from your dutifulness to your parents, is to do dua for them. رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا, the very famous dua in the Quran. And also give sadaqah for them. And also, of course, strive in living up to a legacy of goodness, a legacy of taqwa, a legacy of piety. May Allah give myself and yourselves the ability to bring about dutifulness to our parents. Ameen.